Hello, and thank you so much for serving in the K through 5 classroom on this Sunday, July 24th, 2022. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of the lesson so you know what to expect when you are here. So just like we have always done, when you arrive, go to the check-in room to pray together with the children's ministry team. When you come back to the classroom, you can hook up your phone to the Bluetooth speaker to play our YouTube playlist, or you can use one of the VBS music CDs in the CD player. As students arrive, you're going to want to use the white attendance binder that is going to be on top of the white bookshelf by the front door to check mark their name as they arrive. So this is the binder here. If you look inside of it, it has their name, and then you're going to check mark it with a pen when they arrive. So after you have check marked, do not do the highlighter yet. That's for at the end of the day, but just check mark them. This is very important for us to have an accurate record so that if we were to have any sort of a drill, we would know exactly who was with us. So after you have check marked it, the highlighting is for when they are picked up. So when you have collected their sticker and their adult's sticker at pickup time, highlight their name and just put the sticker on the sticker ball. We are no longer putting stickers on pages. We are collecting them to try and build a very large sticker ball. Once attendance has been taken, the students can choose a center to take to each table, or you can put one center at each table for them to do until around 10:10. At 10:10, the students need to clean up and put away their table center activity, have one student put the center back on the white bookcase where they belong, and at 10:15, the 3rd through 5th grade students will exit to their classroom on the other side of the partition. At this point, both groups are going to go through week 4 of our memory verse of the month, which is just where it's located, Colossians 3, 1 through 4. Have them echo read the verse, say it all together, let one student read the book. This is our last week to practice before Memory Verse Sunday on next Sunday, because that is a 5th Sunday month. So go through the entire verse. If you are in K through 2, there will be a blank for Colossians, and the 3, 1 through 4 will already be there. If you are in 3rd through 5th grade, it'll be nothing but blanks, and so have the students go up and fill in those blanks and work together to fill them out. Colossians will be a difficult word to spell, so maybe have them spell it as a group while one student writes it. Following going over the memory verse, do prayer requests. So please do mark them in the purple prayer request book. If you look in there, they are dated. You can write the name and the prayer request. We had a great suggestion a few weeks ago that there are going to be lots of boo-boos and ouchies and scrapes over the summer. So have them just raise their hands and do one giant prayer request for those things, and then continue on with other types of prayer requests, so that you can write them down and pray together through them afterwards. After praying through those prayer requests, do the Lord's Prayer together. It is in both classrooms. In the K through 2 classroom, it is displayed on the wood door. If you are in the 3rd through 5th grade classroom, it is displayed on the dry erase board. Following that, we move into our story, which this week is The Lame Beggar Walks, on pages 250 through 251 in the Gospel Story Bible. So one teacher will read through the story, kind of discuss the illustration and the questions that are on the book on the pages. So read through that together. The second teacher is then going to guide the students through looking up the story in the ESV Bible. Now, this is going to be different in both classrooms. If you are in K through 2, you are just going to do Acts 3, 1 through 10. If you are in 3rd through 5th, sorry, let me flip through there. If you are in 3rd through 5th, you are going to do Acts 3, 1 all the way through Acts 4, 22, which gives kind of more depth beyond it. So they do the healing, Peter speaks to the people, and then they have to kind of talk to the religious leaders after that. We're not going to go there with K through 2 just because it is a very long reading and not really appropriate for their grades, but we will do that with the 3rd through 5th graders. So if you're in K through 2, have them partner up with a Bible between them. There are extra copies of the Bible on their material cart, which is at the front of the carpeted area. So if they don't have their Bibles, they can share in partners. And have them find that verse. Take your time to do this. This is important skill for them to be working on, being able to locate it, using the at the front, being able to look up where Acts starts, and then looking for Acts 3, and then following along as the teacher reads the section to the students. If you are in 3rd through 5th grade, again, have them look up the verses, They may read them in partners or groups of 3 to practice reading this section together. It is very long, but have them work on reading it so that they're a little bit familiar with it, some of the difficult words, so that then when the teacher reads it out loud to them, they already have a little bit of a baseline knowledge of what to expect in that section. Following the reading of the ESV Bible, we have discussion questions for both groups. This is just a jumping off point. Feel free to dig deeper if that feels appropriate for your group. So after discussion questions, the 2 groups have different activities. If you are in K through 2, you are doing a craft. So I'm going to show you that craft right now. So if you are in K through 2, this is the craft you're going to do. The directions are right here for how to do it. So this copy of the directions will be in the material box. We are not using cardstock, we're just using plain white paper, and it is 2 sheets per student. They will need scissors, they will need glue, they will need crayons or markers. So the material boxes for K through 2 are right here on this table, labeled by the table number. So they'll need to bring their material box and their bucket of crayons. So this sheet they'll need their people, they will need this. And then sheet 2 is this part that they'll also need to be able to use. So you're just gonna follow the directions on here for how to make a 3D picture of God healing a man through Peter and John. Now, if you are in 3rd through 5th grade, you have an object lesson this week. So you need 3 cups, 1 quarter, a $1 bill, and a $20 bill, which I used Monopoly money rather than the real thing. There are question strips. We're going to save that for after the object lesson. So you're going to give the students a quarter and say, you have 1 quarter. How much is it worth? Would you like to have something better? And then in these cups, which I just realized I should have written the numbers upside down. You're going to put, one will be empty, another one will have the $20 bill under it, and then the other one is going to have the $1 bill under it. And so as a group, they have 1 quarter, which I have a bag of quarters, but they're only going to need 1 of them. As a group, they're going to have to decide if they want to trade. And so it has directions here for how to trade it out to see if they can get better than a quarter. So the lesson by doing this activity, which all of the directions are here, I'll go ahead and read through it so that you have it. If they get the empty cup first or after they get the $1 or $20 bills and they accidentally have traded for the empty cup, you exchanged your thing and received nothing. Oh no, it was a risk you took and unfortunately it did not turn out well for you. Then the $1 cup, if they choose it first or if after the empty cup, so it's a greater blessing. This is better. Instead of a quarter or nothing, now you have a $1 bill. That is better, but is this the best thing that can happen? If it's chosen after the $20 bill, oh no, you already had the best thing. Now you lost it. Well, $1 is better than nothing or just a quarter. If they get the $20 cup, if it's chosen first or second, wow, $20, that's better than a quarter, $1, or nothing. I wonder if this is the best you can do. What else can be under these cups? Do you want to keep the $20 bill or choose a new cup? If the $20 bill is chosen as the last cup, wow, you now have the best. A $1 bill is better, but a $20 bill is best. So the lesson is, after Pentecost, Peter and John went to the temple to pray. At the same time, a lame man was being carried by some people and placed at his normal spot to beg for money or alms. He was a poor man, lame from birth. The lame man saw Peter and John and asked for alms. What does God want to do for us? Give us something better or give us his best? Which he wants to give us his best. The man called out for alms, and Peter replied that he had no silver or gold. How disappointing for the lame man. He needed money so he could eat and to have a place to live. Imagine how disappointed he might have felt. He didn't even have a quarter to exchange. He had nothing. So you're going to hold up the cup that had nothing in it. Silver and gold I do not have, but what I do have I give to you. In the name of Jesus Christ, rise up and walk. And Peter grabbed the hand of the lame man and pulled him to his feet. The Bible says that strength came immediately to his feet. Then hold up the $1 bill. The lame man wanted something better than he had. He wanted money for his immediate needs. Peter could have given him a few coins, maybe enough for dinner that night. But then the next day, the man would be begging again. Then hold up the $20 bill. What Peter gave, what God gave, was something that was best. After being healed, the lame man could walk, fend for himself, get a job, and do everything that any other person could do. The man was so overjoyed that he went walking and leaping and praising God all the way into the temple with Peter and John. Everyone around knew who the lame man was and praised God with him. He had sat in that begging place for years, and now he was healed. So we're going to continue on with that. I'll stop there at that point. But this is scripted. So if you want to read it verbatim, that is fine. Also, if you've had a chance to look through it or listen to me read it just now, then you can make kind of changes as you go. But so you do the object lesson, and then you use those objects to kind of discuss it after you have had them do the trading part at the beginning. So it continues on this page if you want to pause it, or it is on Planning Center if you want to download the lesson plan. When they are done with going through the object lesson, they're going to get out their yellow notebooks. These are new from 2 weeks ago. Every student should have decorated their cover, written their name, and then they should already have one question glued in. So they need to just find the next blank page. And there are strips with a question, a follow-up question. They can do it landscape style on the side and write sideways, or if they want to trim it down with a pair of scissors and glue or tape it in this way, they can do that too. So their question strip says, what can we learn from Peter, John, and the lame man? Sometimes we hold out our prayers and ask for something little when God has something much bigger and better in mind for us. We must be willing to give everything to the one who is absolutely trustworthy. So I want for them to talk in groups of 2 or 3 about what they can learn from Peter, John, and the lame man. What lessons they learn from that? Maybe some prayers that they are holding out for God right now. And to write about that in their journal after they've discussed that with their partner. So they'll have some time to just kind of write in their composition book. If there's time left over for either group, they can do center activities again. They can play games. At dismissal time, greet the students at the door, collect their stickers to add to the sticker ball, highlight their names so that we know that they have been picked up and stickers have been turned in. Remind the students that they are not to gather at the door. They must stay at a table or at least far away from the door for pickup so that we can kind of smoothly get everyone checked out. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for serving this week. We could not do this without you. We appreciate you so much, and just thank you so much for being here. I will see you on Sunday.